This is a storied franchise, especially at Gillette Stadium, and the events that they've hosted, but also the team, New England Revolution and New England Patriots.
People ask me all the time, like, what's the favorite part of your job? And it honestly is the effect that we, my team, and everybody that works in game entertainment has on the fans' experience.
We are different from others where not only do we have an NFL and an MLS team, but we have an events team that tries to take every opportunity to invite people into the building for any type of event. The amount of use of all of our systems, both that I oversee, creates a challenge to meet the demands on a continual basis.
Our relationship with Riedel really started when we started building out our 2110 broadcast control room. We were introduced to Riedel through NEP Group, and the relationship blossomed from there, where we knew by going with Riedel we were getting the best possible communication product out there.
In a perfect world, we almost want everybody on comms, and we've developed our system that everybody can be in communication.
The artist panels are definitely very intuitive. As somebody who is not very familiar with a lot of them, I've had zero problem using them and have very quickly learned how to navigate through all of the options and to flip between pages, and it's absolutely very user-friendly.
The addition of the Riedel system here at Gillette Stadium has allowed the flexibility to move into the stadium, move out to the plazas, and maintain clear communication with the rest of the teams.
This has been the first season in the 11 seasons that I've been here where our comm system has been crystal clear. It's been so much easier to call a game, being able to not only speak point to point to somebody when I need to and not have to include everybody on one party line, but also just the clarity with which I can speak to people throughout the stadium that are on the Bolero belt packs.
If we feel like a good radio call happened on a highlight, we can spin that and say, hey, instead of our PA audio stream being linked with this, let's use the radio call with this highlight package. And they're like, oh, yep, I've got it, I've heard it, it sounds great. We can pass that on to our replay producer, we can pass that on to our game producer.
In any professional stadium or arena around the country, there are a substantial amount of RF signals from other devices such as ours operating at the same time. It requires a very sophisticated wireless intercom system to be able to mitigate that type of noise, that type of interference. And to date, Bolero truly is really one of the only systems that's able to do that. Over my left shoulder here is the Riedel Artist 1024 intercom matrix. It's much more versatile than the traditional system in the sense that it contains universal hardware that is software defined. It gives Doug and his staff the ability to be very flexible very quickly. It makes it very easy to expand, ramp up, ramp down for special events, that sort of thing. It's very flexible.
If there is a specific issue with, say, a singular camera, I don't have to wait for the camera production line to be quiet or tell everybody else to be quiet so we can resolve it. I can speak directly to that camera without interrupting everybody faxing out, because again, the sooner we all feel that everything is set and in systems, the better we feel. And then on top of that, we are leveraging the audio monitoring application within our smart panels. So that allows for us to cut down the amount of equipment that we have at stations. So those individuals who need to QC video clips or QC a replay playback, they don't need to do that with two sets of headsets on. Whether they're sitting at a smart panel today or they're at a belt pack, everybody can communicate with everybody, and there isn't a loss of communication.
From our first event using the Riedel system, it's been flawless. We haven't had any communication drops on game day, and the team is just embracing it and loving the fact that they can now have point-to-point contact with everyone on the team.
With the Artist Smart Panel, it has been really helpful to me to be able to quickly and easily access whoever it is that I need to speak with. With the Bolero, we're able to get into areas of the stadium that we hadn't been able to get to before, so we've been able to expand a lot of what we do from a game presentation standpoint. So we've really gone and been able to do an element in the 300 level, which is the highest part of our stadium. We would shy away from that normally because we can't get the coverage that we want to be able to have that communication, and now we can.
The only place we do not have a connection or we lose communication to our control room and to our staff is the elevator. Every other inch of this building where we chose to have our workflow is covered and with great resiliency. But even as soon as you step off to an elevator, our Bolero system immediately starts picking you back up. And the great thing about that is that as soon as you get disconnected, not only does the Bolero system let you know, hey, from a visual perspective and from an audio perspective, you are disconnected, so do not try to talk. And then as soon as you re-engage with that system, it tells you visually from on the belt pack and in your ear set that you are reconnected, you may begin to speak again.
If anyone were to come to us and ask us about our 2110 broadcast control room and the equipment we put in there, we would definitely recommend each and every vendor, especially Riedel, from a communication standpoint.
We took the time to understand the power of it, and I think we're just getting to scratching the surface of it. But from the benefits that it's brought from us so far, it's blown our previous setups out of the water. If I had to do this project over again, Riedel Artist Ecosystem would be, without a question, our #1 choice for intercom. The scalability, the functionality, and the ease of use that it provides for us can't be beat.